star.
Maybe it was a Mangalore.
It's Castle Grayskull.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of That New Toy Smell. I'm Pixel Dan.
I'm Devall.
And we are in a different location today. Where are we at, Devall?
We are at our good friend Dave's house.
That's right.
Checking out his awesome collection that we are standing in front of.
That's right. You guys remember Dave, right? We already visited him once to talk to him about his USS Flagg playset.
That was back during our year anniversary in
right.
August.
And a lot of people, when they saw that video, saw his collection in the background and said that they wanted to see more. So we thought it would be fun to spend today's episode taking a deeper look at Dave's collection and talking to him about it a little bit.
Plus, Dan and I are just tired of editing.
This is way easier. But before we get into Devall's interview with Dave, we did want to go ahead and let you guys know that if you haven't noticed yet, thatnewtoysmell.com has now officially moved servers over to the Pop Culture Network. So, for all of you guys who check our site on a daily basis, make sure you're now heading to popculturenetwork.com. Now, if you're still going to thatnewtoysmell.com, that's cool. The URL is now forwarded over to the toy section of the Pop Culture Network. But I want to say that if any of you have bookmarked the old tnts.dirtmound.com, stop going to that.
Yeah, it won't be updated.
That is the old server. We are going to stop updating it here soon. We have now transferred over to Pop Culture Network, so everything's running pretty smooth. You guys are going to see some more cosmetic updates, but we should have everything pretty much up and running. We're transporting everything over from the old servers now, so you should be able to find the old episodes, old toy reviews, old columns. Everything is being moved over right now. So it's up to you guys to go through, check all that stuff out, make sure we're doing a good job. If you find any broken links or videos that don't work or...
Wait, they have to do that?
No, they don't. Well, I mean, they're the ones that are going to be checking that out.
You just told them they had to go do that.
You do it now. Loyal fans would do that for us.
Somebody's lazy.
No. It's just, look, I'm the one that's been moving all that stuff over.
That's true. I don't know what I'm doing.
So you guys check it out. And as you know, popculturenetwork.com is a great new place because not only have we got toy reviews and toy updates and that new toy smell, but we've also got, the pro wrestling podcast.
That's right.
We've got the MMA podcast. We've got the comic book reviews, comic book news. So if you're into any of that stuff besides toys, then you should definitely be checking out Pop Culture.
That's right. I gotta give a handout to Pixel Dan, to Dirt, to Killin, because they're the guys that really got behind the popculturenetwork.com, have really done all the work. You guys have done a tremendous job. It looks amazing.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
It's been
fun. I'm saying this because I really had done nothing but try to get us press passes to everything, and that's not working out too well.
He's
but
doing a good job.
Okay.
So speaking of which,
but you guys, they have done a good job. Popculturenetwork.com is amazing. I really like the look of it. I like how it feels.
And needless to say, we're really excited about this whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're really excited. So we hope you guys enjoy it. We hope you like the look of the new site and everything. So yeah, definitely check that out for us.
But as you were going to say, speaking of press passes.
Speaking of, Toy Fair is coming up real quick here.
Yeah. We want to let you guys know that there may be a chance. I mean, there's tons of other news sites, but there's not sites that do what we do. Pixel Dan and I had a lot of good plans to go to Toy Fair to do video segments, to actually possibly do the show that weekend from Toy Fair. But unfortunately, the toy industry of America is not liking us right now.
Yeah,
there's a lot of hoops to jump through to get our press badges approved. But we've been approved by Hasbro to come by their special fan appreciation night they have for the sites. m.a.s.k's invited us to by their booth for that. We're still trying. We still want to be there to cover Toy Fair for you guys, to show you everything, that new toy smell style. But unfortunately, it's just, as of right now, we still got a few weeks, so cross your fingers.
If we're not there in person, that we'll still cover all the news from Toy Fair, just as we normally would on the It Figures podcast and right here on That New Toy Smell.
That's right.
And it's not like we won't be getting around, because we are already for sure in at C2E2 this year in
we've
Chicago.
been approved for C2E2.
We will be at San Diego Comic-Con, so...
Come hell or high water.
Things are, it's starting to heat up for toys, you know? I mean, all
That's
those toy collectors and everything, I mean, it's getting into that time of year. All those conventions are going to start rolling in, so it's pretty exciting. But because we're getting close to that, toy news has been kind of weak. We don't have a whole lot of toy news to talk about, so...
And I reviewed an awesome Mego style figure. That's news.
Well, yeah, lots
you should
of
go check it out.
Toy reviews are always on the site. But since we don't really have a lot of toy news, why don't we go ahead and jump into what everybody's here to see? Dave's collection.
I gotta go over here.
All right, you go find Dave.
Right. Dave, where'd you go?
Enjoy the video, guys.
So I'm sitting here with our buddy Dave. Dave, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, it's been a while since we've been here to visit Dave. August.
Yes, it has.
July? Late July, was it?
Yeah, something like that. Sometime in the summer.
Yeah. And there have been some great additions to your collection.
Yes.
I mean, you guys got to see a little bit of the collection in the video we did for the playsets. And I know a lot of people were clamoring, oh my God, I want to see the rest of that collection. Well, today you're going to get a chance to, but we're going to talk to Dave a little bit about his collection. When did this collection start for you? How old were you when you started? When you went from playing with toys to actually collecting them?
Yeah, there was a big gap there called high school and college.
How big of a gap?
Probably not as big as it should have been. Probably about 15 or so.
Stay in school, kids.
Yeah, I think the other kids, the torment just got to be a little too much.
You know what? Screw them.
Yeah, well, then I got into role-playing games and got picked on for other things. So, and then it was like right after college I realized that adulthood kind of stank. So it was 94. I picked up my first vintage Star Wars piece.
Wow. What was the first piece you picked up?
The Millennium Falcon in the box.
Really?
I got that in a store in Boston.
Wow.
So
how much? Do you remember?
About $65.
Really?
Yeah. And it was only missing one piece, which was the game table, which was the only piece I had left over from my...
Oh, so you ended up completing
it.
What's the most money you've spent on a... While we're talking about vintage pieces, what's the most money you've spent on a vintage piece that you can remember?
Spent about $400 on the Terradrome.
Really?
Shipped, yeah.
Complete.
And nothing broken.
Really?
So,
it is a nice shape. It's a beautiful, beautiful Terradrome.
Yeah. And then it was dirty though, so I spent the whole afternoon cleaning it.
Right.
Wore through 2 magic erasers, but
what's the least amount of money you've spent on a vintage piece? That's not the Millennium Falcon, because that was a good deal, but that
was also
94. Yeah.
That was like right before the big boom. You get stuff. I couldn't even tell you. Maybe picking up something at a like I think an Amigo Klingon I got for like a couple bucks at a flea market.
Wow. That's a heck of a deal.
Yeah.
Your collection ranges from a ton of different things. You're not just interested in G.I. Joes and Star Wars. It goes Lord of the Rings. You know, I can look behind my shoulder here and see a Shogun Wars Godzilla up on the shelf.
Well, Godzilla, yeah. I mean, that's actually not the one that I had as a kid, but I did have one of those as a kid and loved it. And I was a kid and played with it, and it died horribly. So that was one of the first ones that I tried to get another one of.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and it's a nice piece. I see, the huge 16-inch Matthew Broderick Godzilla hanging next to him.
Yeah,
it's a cool figure. It's an awful movie.
It's a cool toy.
Yeah.
Well, it's a sort of cool toy. It breaks really easy.
Yeah, but you also have different stuff. Like I've seen some classic Fisher Price.
Again,
the space stuff. I mean, just
the action people, or the adventure people.
Yeah.
That was that came out before Star Wars, right before Star Wars. So that's another one that I
wasn't that 74 or 75 those came out?
something like that.
Yeah.
I just remember that there was a motorbike guy, which I don't have anymore, but he had like an orange jumpsuit, and he was like my X-Wing Luke.
I remember that guy. I had that guy.
Yeah. So, and the TV van was one that I always thought was really cool and wanted,
Yeah.
and so that was an eBay thing. The Safari set I had. So yeah, I mean, some of it's a mixture of stuff that I actually had as a kid, or stuff I would have loved as a kid. So.
Now, what? You've got a great story. What was the deal you made with your mother when you came here many years ago about the basement? How much? You said you were only going to collect until you ran out of space.
Yeah. It was basically once the shelves were full, I would stop. So I keep getting wider shelves. Literally. And to the point now that we don't have proper brackets for them, so they're sitting on top of wide shelves that do have proper brackets. So.
See, that's the key there, guys.
Yeah,
if your wives, or you're still, your wives or your mothers or whoever, your girlfriends tell you can't collect anymore because your shelves are full, just get wider shelves and go, no, look, there's still plenty of room. That's an awesome thing. But also, I noticed that you've got a huge Star Wars collection.
Yeah, Star Wars is my
enormous,
main thing.
Yeah,
probably my main focus. And when I start to cut back on everything else, I'll probably always stay with Star Wars.
Yeah, and I notice, just like a lot of Star Wars collectors, I mean, there's new stuff coming out all the time,
Yeah.
so you're constantly having to be on your toes out there looking for stuff, ordering stuff. But I also noticed that your G.I. Joe collection's just as big. There's
It probably got much bigger in the last year because of the movie.
Yeah.
That made me both interested in the movie stuff and the vintage stuff. So that's also going to probably get cut back on pretty severely in the next couple of months. But yeah, no, I mean, my progression really was I loved dinosaurs as a kid, and then I got into Star Wars, and then right at the end there, G.I. Joe came on big. And, because G.I. Joe and Star Wars were kind of roughly the same size, I got into those. So you could, use your AT-AT to, be a Cobra Walker or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
But no, I watched the cartoon as a kid, and then someone got me into the comic books. G.I. Joes were actually the first comic book that really, as a teenager, got me into comic books.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because, I'd always kind of I'd always kind of dismissed them, and then I read these G.I. Joe comics, and it was kind of cool because it had, a story, and it continued, and it was really interesting.
It really gave the characters a lot of life beyond the cartoon series. It really gave a lot of personality with a lot of the lesser-known characters.
Yeah, and the interesting story is that they did the comic book so they could do animated commercials. And the commercials were always actually for the comic book, not for the toys.
Yeah.
Because there were strict regulations about what you could show a toy doing in a TV commercial.
And then shortly after that, the regulations got pretty much tossed out the window, and thus Masters of the Universe came onto the scene.
Yeah.
Which I noticed you don't have any Masters.
I have a few. I know that's a bad thing for this site.
It's a bad thing for Pixel Dan.
Yeah, but it was never my thing.
Hey, Dan? Dan?
Yes.
Hey, are you angry that Dave doesn't have any Masters of the Universe?
He's got some.
Oh, okay. Pixel Dan's all right. But it truly is an impressive collection, and our video can't do it justice. I mean, you literally have to be here in person and see it. It's almost like walking into a toy museum.
I've always joked about charging admission and that kind of stuff.
Well, we can add some more shelves on the other sides of the walls here, and
yeah, I know.
We can get more stuff in here.
I've thought about it.
How hard have you thought about it?
Semi-hard.
Anyway, back onto the toys.
Back onto the toys.
But I noticed that, like I said, I can look over my shoulder and see, and you've got a plethora of Transformers toys hanging out. I mean,
the Transformers,
a lot of vintage stuff, a lot of newer stuff.
Yeah, it's gotten mixed up now, but for a while there it was interesting because you could almost see, because I would pick up one or two pieces, every couple of years, like a character that I thought was cool. So there was almost like a timeline of, there was Vintage, and then Beast Wars, and then Beast Machines, and then the animated stuff's at the end, and then there's the movie stuff. It's gotten mixed up now, but, so I mean, that's one, and a lot of anything but Star Wars, and somewhat G.I. Joe these days, but I would get just, the characters that I liked.
Yeah.
It's just, with Transformers, there are a lot of characters that I like, which is problematic.
Yeah. Well, I know, and that's very true because I know when DC Universe was it the chemo wave that came out, and you were like, I don't want any of these. I'm not going to get any.
Guys, I don't care
and then they came out, and Dave was like, I got to get them all.
Well, what it was you had them all, and I could put chemo together at once.
Yeah, that's right. Because you came into Toys R Us that day, and they were on the shelf new, and Dave went, son of a
Yeah, the Build-A-Figures are very bad because you get the 3 or 4 you like, and then you've got this poor guy who's like missing a leg, and it's like, well, why not get the one more guy? Why not help chemo out?
Why not just complete him?
Why not just complete him? And like half of the Build-A-Figures I have on that shelf are
done
that way.
What are your thoughts on that line? Because I know you've got quite a few back here.
It's a great line. The only criticism I have is that it's gotten increasingly hard to get. I mean, it was easier to find the Walmart wave this year than it has been the waves after that.
Yeah, and I had you have to. You actually hunted down the Walmart wave for me.
Yeah, well, I had help. There was someone at Walmart who was like ordering them.
Yeah.
So I actually think our Walmart probably got more than most places in America.
Yeah, probably. Until Killen went and bought them all.
Yeah, well, but see, that helped because then the system goes, hey, someone's really buying this stuff, and it orders more.
It's true. And you can now find Wave 10 at KillenEnterprises.com. So you can go there. And toys this weekend are, what are they, 25% off? Yes, right now on KillenEnterprises.com, 25% off.
A fine Springfield establishment.
That's right. How much longer do you think you can go? I mean, I noticed that you're slowly transitioning some of the smaller shelves out to wider shelves, as you said, but how much more do you think you can get on these before you're like, oh my God, I can't anymore?
Yeah, I think it's going to end up being more that I run out of money than shelves. Because, if worse comes worse, I can put stuff on the floor. Like you mentioned, there are other walls that haven't been tapped yet. But I think it's going to be money. And also, it is sort of interest. Some of it, like the Transformers, I've kind of gotten every character that I like. DC Universe, I think about 2 waves ago, I got just about everybody I wanted except for Cheetah. Yeah. Because I want to finish. With DC Universe, I get the Build-A-Figures, but it's like... I want to do a Legion of Doom. Yeah. I want to do JLI.
Do the Superpowers collection, stuff like that.
Superpowers, not so much. But like I got sucked into the JLE, the animated Justice League, like the Big 7. So like when Martian Manhunter comes out, I'll get him.
Oh yeah. Surprising they haven't done him yet.
I think they're holding him in reserve, probably.
Probably. Very true. Very true. Now, what is your girlfriend said about your collection? Because I know she's a huge Star Wars fan as well, but
yeah, she thinks it's cool.
See, that's the best because Pixel Dan's got a wife who's a huge collector. Mine, not so much.
Sorry.
It's okay. But so she's cool with it though. I mean,
she bought me Legos for my birthday, which was really cool.
Killen's happy.
She was excited to find out. She's a big fan of Watchmen. She was excited to find out they actually had figures for that.
Oh, so, she didn't know, really?
Yeah, she didn't know. So.
Oh, and I noticed something I wanted to point out too is if you look in the video, you'll actually see that Dave has a very unique use for all the nice rubber bands that come with the figures. I noticed a lot of the figures, like there's a Dr. Manhattan behind us that's literally in his famous pose from Watchmen, and he's hanging by one of those little rubber bands that come with every figure known to man. And I never thought of doing something like that. I don't know if Pixel Dan ever thought of doing that because we just throw them away. We're like, ugh. But that's a cool use for that stuff.
And it helps save space and stuff. Yeah, hang stuff from the shelves above them.
Yeah, that's a very cool use. We can't thank you enough for hanging out with us.
I appreciate it.
We love coming over, checking out the toys.
It's cool to have someone over.
Yeah, it's always an adventure for us to come over and see what's new. But as always, my friend, appreciate it.
Yep.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
And I'll go back to Pixel Dan.
Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed Devall's interview with Dave.
I'm done.
Hey, yeah, that was pretty good.
Thanks, dude.
That was a lot of fun. So, it's time for forum questions. Everybody's favorite part of the show. What's wrong with you?
I don't want to answer them.
Why don't you want to answer them?
I will, though.
This guy doesn't want to answer your questions. That's why they like Pixel Dan better than you. Sure. I'm just saying.
Dude, that one guy didn't like you.
Whatever, it happens.
You need to learn how to do toy reviews. Blah blah blah.
We get negative comments sometimes.
Oh my God.
So
dangerously violent negative comments.
All right, let's go ahead and check out the forum questions. Then this one's kind of an older one, but it's one that we never answered. Crash
From
Murdoch
Yep.
is our buddy that sent this one and wanted to know if we collect any toy line that we're ashamed of.
Oh, look at the time. I gotta go.
No, you get back over here because this one is
Crap.
specifically for you. Why don't you tell the world, Devall, what toys you collect that you could be ashamed of?
I have My Little Ponies
Yeah?
and Strawberry Shortcake
Keep going.
and Disney Princess
Yeah?
and Rainbow Bright.
Keep going.
I think that's about it.
I seem to recall you having some Sailor Moon stuff.
Crap. I have Sailor Moon stuff too.
Okay, so Devall, you collect Sailor Moon and My Little Pony and Strawberry Shortcake.
I'm an equal opportunist collector. Don't judge me.
And if I recall, it's not just Disney Princess, it's Ariel, right?
Shut up.
It's the Little Mermaid.
I like Ariel.
So are you going to explain to all of us why you collect this stuff?
I don't know. I just growing up in the 80s,
Yeah?
I always liked all kinds of toys. I didn't just like boys' toys, I like girls' toys too, because I always thought when I was younger, I was like, man, my G.I. Joes are awesome, but those My Little Ponies come with all kinds of stuff my Joes don't come with. This sucks.
Wait,
Like they had they had play sets that like squirted water and stuff, and it's like, what G.I. Joes don't squirt no damn water?
So you would walk through the toy store and you'd be like, I'm going to buy a new G.I. Joe. Oh, that My Little Pony comes with a brush. My G.I. Joe doesn't have
Okay,
a brush.
I never said I was a normal person. I have issues. How long have you known me? How long have these people known me? I have issues, people. Anger issues
hey.
and very odd toy issues. Okay, don't judge. Don't judge.
I have to thank Crash Murdoch for asking this question.
Oh yeah, what are you embarrassed by, Pixel Dan? I'm Pixel Dan, the man.
What are you mad at me now?
No, I'm fine. I'm over it.
Well, I gotta be honest.
Answer the question.
I don't really have a lot that I'm ashamed of. I mean, I buy some weird video game stuff sometimes. Like I like Pokemon.
You and Scotty Cash are like, if you could like have interracial intercourse with Pikachu, you and Scott probably would.
Okay, it's not that serious. We just like the Pokemon games.
How
many
joke,
of you out there like Pokemon? I want you to post that in a comment. I bet there's a lot more people out there that will admit to liking Pokemon than will admit to liking My
I bet you there's a lot of people out there be like, hell yeah, My Little Pony FTW.
FTW.
Represent.
FTW.
That's right. Don't judge.
So I got Pokemon toys and I got Animal Crossing toys, but that's probably as bad as it gets for me.
It's true.
Otherwise, it's like,
Although it's always fun at toy shows when you're buying like tons of like little Disney figurines, people giving you weird looks, but they're really for your wife.
Those are for my wife.
I know, but it's always fun to watch.
Disney toys are cool. I don't buy Little Mermaid stuff.
Shut up! Don't judge me over Ariel. God, I like her.
Oh, this is fun.
I got my picture taken with her several times.
See, and now you're just volunteering.
Doesn't matter. They're gonna find out
nobody
eventually.
even asked you about that. Now
I might as well just tell them everything.
We're gonna find that picture and post it on the site.
I'm fine with that. She looks like she's old enough to be my mom anyway. It's a bad picture.
Excellent. Okay, we had another forum question that I
From
thought
Chris
was a good
Vint.
one. Our buddy Chris Vint from the Masters of the Universe Chronicles podcast. He sent one in asking if we've ever started collecting a toy line and then regretted it. Is there any toy lines you've ever regretted collecting, Devall?
Hot toys.
Hot toys?
Everything.
I thought you loved hot toys.
I do. I love them.
We did a whole episode
I
on
know.
this.
And I love them. But I also regret ever getting into them because they're really cool and stupid expensive.
And expensive.
And I can't... Hot Toys, if you're watching, we could use some awesome review samples.
So you...
So you could feed my addiction for free.
That's not why we get free toys, Devall.
Shut up. It is for me.
You're going to make all these people have a terrible opinion
I'm
of
Pixel
us.
Dan. My wife lets me buy whatever I want when it comes to toys. I'm Devall. I don't.
You what? Okay. Okay, so you regret buying hot toys because
Not all of
it's
them.
become too pricey.
They become pricey. I mean, they really, really do. And there's stuff out there that I'd love to have that's older Hot Toy stuff, like some of the Superman Returns stuff. I'm not spending $400 on a toy. I want to. Not going to do it.
A doll.
They are action figures. Daniel,
Answer
the question.
I'm just making sure everybody knows what hot toys are.
hate you.
Okay, so, along the same lines, I can kind of agree with you. As far as a toy line that I regret, I mean, there's nothing in my collection that I really regret, like, as in, oh, I wish I never bought it, it's stupid. But more so along the lines where, like, Star Wars has always been one of my big things. Star Wars is the reason I started collecting anyway back in, like, 96, you know? I started collecting because of Star Wars toys. I've always bought Star Wars toys. But that's one of those lines where they just continue to bring out new stuff all the time. There's always something new in the store. There's always a new figure that's a better version of a figure you've already bought.
Like 3 times.
There's always something new in that line. And it keeps getting bigger and bigger because now you walk into the stores and you've got the Clone Wars line and you've got the Saga Legends and you've got, the original trilogy stuff. It's constantly expanding, constantly getting bigger. It's hard as hell to keep up with. And it's expensive, just like the Hot Toys. I mean, it's gotten to a point now where I can't buy every Star Wars thing that's out there because it's near impossible.
You're no Steve Sansweet.
Oh, no kidding. So, I mean, if there was probably a regret, I would say, making Star Wars my prime collection. Because it's
that's true.
hard to keep up with. It's impossible.
That's true. That's true.
But otherwise, I mean, there's really no toys that I don't like.
Ooh, I did think of one other answer I could give for that. It's not really toy related, but it is. I do garage kits, model kits.
Okay.
Yeah, those, I regret starting those too because they're just as expensive. Hey, here's an awesome Wolverine kit. It's $300.
You don't actually buy those expensive ones, though.
No.
I was say, all the stuff you buy.
I get them all for like $10.
Yeah, I was
awesome.
See, so how can you even regret that?
That's great.
You do a good job with those.
Yeah, I do, actually.
Yeah, see. Yeah,
I
do a good job with those. Yeah, I do a good job.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at painting stuff. Sometimes I paint my ponies.
Awesome. All right. Well, if you guys have any awesome questions or comments or fan art or anything like that, you can always check us out online at thatnewtoysmell.com and hit the forums up. You can always post your questions right there, and we'll answer them on the show.
Don't hit them for real, though. You might hurt something.
Or you can send us an email at tntsadmin@gmail.com. We always are happy to answer your questions or show off your fan art, or if you've got a video of your collection you want to send us, we'll show that too. So, I mean, I don't know if you could beat Dave's collection, but, we'll still show it. We'll still show it.
I don't think. There might be a few people in the nation, but not many.
Also, guys, if you're in the mood to do some shopping this weekend, make sure you head over.
I already mentioned this, dude.
Well, we're going to talk about it again.
But I already talked about it.
Because everybody needs to know that they need to head over to KillinEnterprises.com because there is a huge sale this weekend. 25% off all toys. Was it half off all DVDs?
50% off DVDs and CDs in stock.
Right. So if you guys are in the mood to do some shopping, it's just Saturday and Sunday. So today, tomorrow, this weekend. Big sale. I mean, 25% off all toys. You can't beat that. So check it out. KillinEnterprises.com.
And we have some awesome stuff. I mean, there's new stuff being added. There's been stuff added all week long.
Vintage stuff, new stuff. We've got it all. So KillinEnterprises.com, or you can follow the link right there from thatnewtoysmell.com or popculturenetwork.com.
That's right.
So I think that's going to wrap us up for this week.
Yep.
All right, guys. So until next Saturday, I'm Pixel Dan.
I'm a very sad individual named Devall.
Take care, guys.
Do it, Doc!